Justin Smith, Alex Gowda. Here comes Collin. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
We've been looking at this guy for a good while now. First of all, let's make sure you see these. Well, he's got the plaques. That one's for the Player of the Week.
Thank you.
And Justin will get one later as well. Alex may earn one too. And this was for the Player of the Game. You won them both in the same week.
Thank you.
And give me this back just right quick, in case she needs. I don't know how good that will do, but there we go. And then you hold it up too. There you go. Collin Smith getting the job done?
Trying to, yes sir.
Okay, here we go. Let's get some questions. What's been the biggest win for you this year? You've been involved in quite a few of these.
I'd say the biggest win for me is our first game Northeast.
Yep, that was a heck of a night.
Yes sir, yes sir.
How long was that punt? Was it 61 yards?
61 yarder, yes sir.
What was your longest field goal that night?
46.
46. You had one like 53 yards versus Page, right?
Yes sir.
Excellent game there. Your top play this year?
Probably the 53-yarder from Page, even though we lost.
Yeah. 13-0, you guys are ahead. Yeah, I think they kind of slipped up on the snap, on the extra point kick attempt. If you guys make that extra point, do you think you guys go on to win the game?
Yes, sir. It's hard to mentally be there when you're down from one extra point. So when you're chasing points all night, it's hard.
That's a good phrase you use, chasing points, because sometimes you get behind, you're trying to get those 3 points back, those 2 points back. You're trying to get, it was 28-22, go for it on fourth down, trying to get those points back. They talk about taking points off the board. Sometimes that's true.
Yes, sir.
Collin Smith with us. Collin, when did you get involved in football? When did you start?
My first ever time kicking a ball was probably about a week before August 1st practice of my freshman year.
You didn't start in 9th grade?
Yes, sir. I did not start till 9th grade.
Not played football before then?
Nope.
Wow. And you just came out and started kicking the ball around?
Yeah, I played soccer since I was 3 years old.
Okay.
So
gotcha. That
helps out a little bit kicking wise. But other than that, I hadn't played football a day in my life except for freshman year.
Did they come looking for you, or did you find them? Did they see you kicking? Let's get this kid out here. What do you think?
Me and my brother, my brother had always wanted to kick for the football team because he had also played soccer. And he didn't kick until I started kicking my freshman year. He was a junior. And he took the varsity spot and I took the JV spot. And he had been playing soccer all his life as well. And then at the end of the season, we went to Havelock, played in our first round of playoffs game. I got pulled up to play in that game, and he did everything. He kicked that whole game. He had a great night. Had 9 points. It was his season record for that season, and that's when he was a junior. So then sophomore year comes for me, and senior year for him. We're both playing on varsity. He's doing more of the kick and roll, doing kickoffs and extra point field goal, and I'm sticking to punting.
What's his first name?
Cameron.
Cameron Smith. Okay, remember him well. Now. A lot of good history behind the kicking. You look at the team this year. You played your sophomore year, junior year, senior year. What has made Eastern so successful over that 3-year period? Because you have a good senior class. What's made you guys so strong?
Honestly though, I think special teams has really set us apart because we've taken pride in special teams all my years at Eastern. And our offense and defense, we take pride in defense as well. Defense is one of our number one things that we take care of at practice. And special teams, when Coach Rob was there, it was like a religion. Every day at practice, we would start off special teams.
Here's what, in some schools, the kicker's way down here in the other part of the county working on his own. The other guys up here in football practice, the kicker goes down there, you never see him again in the practice. How does it work for you? What are you doing during practice?
Well, back to my brother.
Yeah.
When he was with us, when he was a junior and senior, me and him worked together as a team. I would kick, he would get the balls, and then we'd trade off.
Yeah.
And now for the past 2 years, I've had to kick by myself and get the balls by myself. So it's definitely been a tougher job. I don't get as many reps in practice.
If you're down there by yourself, how do you practice? Who's holding for you? Anybody holding, or just?
I have a holder.
You
a
got
metal
the
holder.
yeah. That's not the same though.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's nice because you were kicking one night. They said part of one of the games, maybe at the Page game, maybe you didn't show it there, but you showed it one of the games. You were kicking like maybe about 60-yard field goals off the metal holder in warm-ups.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's got to feel good.
Yeah, it does.
What about the touchbacks? How big is that for you? Make sure you get those in the end zone every time.
Touchbacks definitely puts relief on all our other guys. I know, like Alex Gouda, he always comes up to me and complains about, man, you need to get into the end zone, and I'm tired because I got defense, and I'm really not trying to run down here. So it definitely sets relief off for them, but it also makes me feel good as well.
Do you have any strategy involved? That sometimes the coach wants you to kick it in the end zone. Sometimes do you ever want to try to say, let me try to start and put it down about the 3-yard line, 2-yard line? You ever try to place it and try to pin them even deeper than the 20?
We did that a lot last year. We did some pooch kicks, and we did some deeper kicks in general, and to not get them into the end zone. But this year, I've been kicking it 5, 6, 7 yards deep, and I've had a few that have hit the back line and one that went out of the back of the end zone. So they haven't said anything other than just kick it out of the back of the end zone.
And you think about those short pooch kicks. I don't like those because you give them better field position. Long pooch kick is good if you can, I guess, get the right hang time, right location. But if you kick it, how many times you kicked them out of bounds this year?
None.
Yeah, that's a good one right there. That's what you don't want to do.
Yes, sir.
Here's another big one for you. These are off the paper a little bit, but who's your kicking coach? Do you have a kicking coach there?
We have a kicking coach who is Jay Stanley. And
He was a kicker, wasn't he, back in the day?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so okay.
And then we have our punter and long snapper coach, who is Coach Glenn Goss.
That's the old coach, the old schoolmaster there. The man
Yes,
led the way from Northeast, came to Eastern Guilford, Mr. Glenn Goss. You learn a lot from him too then.
Yes, sir. I learned a lot from both of them.
You can hear a lot from Coach Goss just through experience, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's been there and lived through it all.
A few more questions for you as we go with Collin Smith, Eastern Guilford. Football and Focus Kickback Jacks for a Thursday. Homecoming this week. How do you stay focused for homecoming? Because you probably are one of the top guys home. Let's get this guy up front, carry the homecoming banner. How do you stay focused?
I wish I got to carry it, but all the captains get to do that. I just prepare like I prepare every week. I do my thing, and really it's all timing for kicking. If you can get the snap, the hold, and the kick all off in a timely manner and not get it blocked, it should run smoothly.
Here's another one off the sheet here. The question for you: who's the holder? Who's been doing a great job holding all these years? Who's the holder?
We've changed holders from last year to this year. Last year, and really from my freshman year through my junior year, I had a guy named Tyler Lyles who was holding for me. He did a great job. This year we changed holders, and his name is DJ Mobley, and he's also continued to do a great job. He's actually a sophomore right now, and he came into our first game not knowing he was going to hold, and has held wonderfully this whole year.
That's outstanding. Most teams, a lot of teams, they'll go with a quarterback because he's got the hands on the ball all the time anyway. Some go with a quarterback, but you guys go with Mobley. What positions do you play other than
He
holder?
actually is in practice one of our quarterbacks,
Gotcha.
and he plays wide receiver as well.
Now, we asked the guys about this, your teammates. Alex Gouda, number 5, Justin Matthews, number 8. What do you see differences between Coach Glass and Coach Robertson as a kicker? How are these coaches different in your opinion so far?
Coach Rob, in my opinion, I feel like he's really is set and has to have a schedule every day, because every day we'd go kick and then we go offense and then defense. And now we don't really do as much special teams. We don't do special teams warm up. We just go out and do a specialist period. And it's not as much special teams related with Coach Glass, but Coach Glass is really big on discipline. And at our first press conference against Reedsville, whenever we played in the scrimmage, that's the thing that I pointed out was discipline, and he's really stuck to it. I'm in his weight training class, and if you're not lifting weights, not moving, and just sitting there standing, automatically 20 push-ups.
Wow. So you get some extra work in if
Yes,
you're not
sir.
working, right?
Yes, sir.
A little extra work going there, good stuff. How about the coaches? How about the state championship game a couple years ago? Made it back to the semifinals last year. How do you get that far again? Because you got Southwestern Randolph sitting in the way, you got Southeast, Southern Alamance. How do you get around those and keep on the right track back to the championship again?
Those teams that we have up ahead of us are definitely great teams. Southeast, their head coach was our coach, one of my favorite coaches of all
Coach
time.
Tinsley.
Yes, sir.
Everybody, listen, what is it about Coach Tinsley? They all like that guy. Everybody's saying bad about Coach Tinsley. Everybody loves. What is it about that guy?
Well, I'll tell you my personal experience. Coach Tinsley was late for practice one day, and if all the players are late for practice, they have to do hills on one of our big hills that you got to run up and run down. Coach Tinsley was about 10 minutes late to practice, and he went and ran hills.
Wow, he did the hills.
Yes, sir. So
He did the work.
He definitely has a special place with me. But to get back to the state championship, I feel like we definitely have to work as a team. Definitely kicking wise, got to stay on timing. Confidence is a big thing for our team, and staying healthy. Confidence for kickers, definitely, because a lot of kickers are head cases. And then, just staying healthy, because we have several people each week go down with minor injuries, and then our JV team and other opposing JV teams, they're getting ran through right now.
Looking it over, you look at all these guys. Back off the paper, do you ever kick away from a guy? Because you had Clayton, that Devin Carter guy, I think he was number 12 for them last year, was outstanding. And then you had Wiz Vaughn. We talked about that kid from New Hanover. I think he was a tournament. Multiply. You ever kick away from guys?
If they have one returner, yes sir, I try to kick away from them. But if they have a two-man return team, every two-man return team we've had, they are for some reason they're usually about 30 yards back. So recently I've been able to punt behind them, so they're chasing the ball, and then we have enough time to get down there. So Devin Carter, for example, from Clayton, he was 35 yards back, and I hit it over him, and then they put another number in there. I don't remember who it was, and I punted to the left side. We were on a right hash and punting downfield. I think we were on about the 30-yard line. I punted to the left side, and he was chasing back, and it was on the left side, and we almost recovered that. And then, like Wiz Vaughn, they only had a one-man return team as well in New Hanover.
Good calls by Collin Smith tonight at Kickback Jacks on Battleground. Football and Focus show going on, and working it on down the line here. Of all the teams in Guilford County, which one do you want to beat the most?
Southeast. Right now I have a bet going with several players.
Can you name anybody from Southeast you're going head with?
Their kicker, Jonathan Medlin.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Really great guy. There's a guy that I'm running my bet with right now, Braxton King.
Another good one, yeah.
Great guy. And Ryan Douglas.
Oh, yeah.
And we all played travel baseball together this past summer for Legion.
Baseball. So you played for Del Moser?
Yes.
Or you travel? Was this American Legion or travel?
No, it was American Legion.
So you played for Mr. Moser?
Yes, sir.
Dale Moser. Shout out for Dale. That was a fun team, I bet.
Yes, sir. We had a lot of great players on that team.
Yeah, fun team. Because Braxton King had a great summer. I mean, he actually came into his own this past summer.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And Ryan Douglas, he probably earned that scholarship this summer. Huh. What about college for you? Any ideas yet?
Right now I only have one offer from Winston State, but getting talked to by a few people. But if football doesn't work out, definitely academics for ECU, App State, or NC State.
So you would go the academic route. You would not force the football issue. If it comes up, you'll look at it, but if it doesn't come up, you'll work toward the academics.
Yes, sir.
I put your name in with the Liberty coaches. I don't know if they'll ever come around. Those guys said they got kickers out of their ears, but we have dropped your name in a couple places. I'd like to see this guy land somewhere. He's an outstanding kid and a very good kicker. Let's do the fast track trivia. You should get all these, I would think, maybe. Alex did okay. Justin doing crazy. How about the President of the United States?
Donald J. Trump.
Wow, he got the J in there. Outstanding. Looking good, looking good. How about the Vice President?
Mike Pence.
Do you think he'll be the next president?
The way politics are now, I'm not really sure.
The Democrats had to come up with a good replacement to see who they might get. What about the governor of our state?
Roy Cooper.
Should be on our next driver's license. And how about the sheriff from Guilford County?
B.J. Barnes.
Don't want to see him, but we know him and know him well. Current events, the name Kavanaugh, what are you thinking about?
Supreme Court Justice.
Supreme Court confirmation, and will it happen? We'll have to wait and see. Eastern Guilford, got to get these. The principal, Mr.
Sockwell.
Lance Sockwell, a former football player at Western Carolina,
yes, sir.
The former wrestler at Eastern Guilford, Lance Sockwell, great guy. Shout out to him as always. The athletic director,
Randall Hackett.
You got Mr. Hackett right. What about the basketball coach for the boys?
Spinks.
Girls basketball coach,
Harvey.
Shemaiah Harvey, you got her. How about the baseball coach?
Jay White.
What position do you play at baseball?
Catcher.
Wow, really?
Yes, sir.
Man, this guy loves the dirty work. He loves the dirty work.
Yes, sir.
What about top football player ever to come out of Eastern Guilford?
Torrey Holt.
Torrey, then Terrence, probably number 2. Then probably Yeoman, Scott Yeoman's number 3. How about the name of your football stadium?
Tommy Grayson.
And what's the background on him?
He played football.
He played football. He was the coach of football at Eastern Guilford as well. MVP for the Panthers. Let's see who's going to name.
I don't like the Panthers.
Wow.
At all.
But you say Graham Gano, the kicker. No.
But if I had to choose one, yes, Graham Gano, the kicker.
You don't like the Who do you like for football?
Falcons.
Wow. They've got the old kicker, Brian, right?
Yeah, Matt Bryant.
He's been around forever.
Yeah.
Wow.
Still making field goals.
Let me give you a kicker to look up on Wikipedia. Go look up George Blanda sometime, the old kicker for the Raiders years ago. He was a quarterback and the kicker, held both positions. 10 years from now, Collin Smith, what's going to be your calling? What will Collin Smith be doing 10 years from now?
If I knew, I would tell you, but...
Where will you be? Where will you be? What will you, kind of an idea?
I will be around here.
You'll still be around this area?
I love the area, yes sir.
And not sure what you'll be doing?
No, not sure yet.
UNC Miami tonight. Who do you like in that game?
I don't like UNC.
Okay.
NC State fan right here.
Big time.
I'm going. I'm going with Miami.
How about A&T, South Carolina State? Last week, the A&T got beat on field goals by Morgan State of all things.
Yeah.
Wow.
And A&T's been talking to me, so just since they've been talking to me, I'm going with A&T.
You better go there if they want you to go there, and you can take your grad classes, the grad school at another college, and bigger if you want to go bigger. But man, if A&T calls you, boy, you can lock that down.
Yes, sir.
Those guys should think about it because you're going to get you're a triple package, right? Triple threat.
Yeah, yes, sir.
The kickoffs, the punts, and the field goals.
Yes, sir.
Triple threat. Collin Smith, Eastern Guilford. What number do you wear?
26.
How did you choose that number?
Well, I used to be 81, and
wow, these kickers like these bigger numbers these days. I see a lot of 84s kicking these days. Yeah,
I did not like 81 at all. So next best number was 26, and this year I got to choose my number, and I'm really superstitious. So I figured since I did well last year, I was going to keep 26 and keep it rolling.
Were there any thoughts about changing to a different number?
I was thinking about taking Dominique Graves' number 1.
Yeah, wow.
But I figured that we had a wide receiver right now, Adam Akins, who's going to take number 1 anyway. So I let him have it, and I was going to stick with 26.
Stick with 26.
Yes, sir.
Collin Smith, it's been a pleasure to have you guys on board tonight. Outstanding work. PrinceWillSports.com, Football in Focus, James Raves Chat for a Thursday. Justin Matthews, Alice Gowda, Collin Smith, and their families came out and thanked those folks for coming out too. They've done a great job. What about tomorrow night? You don't want to make a prediction on the game, but you feel like you guys will win tomorrow night?
I feel like if we stay healthy and if we come out ready to play, I feel like we have a good chance, but it'll be a good game for homecoming.
What's your top class you like at Eastern Guilford these days? What academic, what do you like?
Probably psychology right now.
Interesting.
Yes, sir.
Good psychology teacher?
Yes, sir.
Who's the teacher there?
Mr. Pate.
Mr. Pate. Does he coach any sports?
He used to coach a little bit of cross country.
Gotcha. So you can break it down psychologically too, right?
Yes, sir.
You got to go on that for a field, sports psychology. Excellent job, Collin. Thank you much. Kickback Jacks for a Thursday. We've got the plaques, the Kickback Jacks. Collin's got the plaques. We got Alex, we got Justin. They'll get their meals tonight. And I think Dennis White may be coming in soon. Good job, Collin. Keep up the good work. Well, here's one more question.
Yes, sir.
How many tackles have you made this year? How many people have you tackled?
I know kickers don't make tackles, but I have had one this year.
One tackle. Who did you tackle? Do you remember? What game was it?
It was what game was that? Was that Northeast game?
First game, the biggest game of the year, and stay away from concussions, right?
Yes, sir.
Keep your helmet on. Thank you much. Good job, guys.
Thank you.